Acts of Geekery is proud to present a brand new product from the world of OA. Introducing the new Lantern Mood Rings. These rings don't tell your emotion, they give you one. For those times you just need to be a little bit more greedy, hopeful, or even more in love, Lantern Mood Rings will give you the extra bump you deserve. In brightest day, in blackest night, these rings will help you feel just right. Try the Lantern Mood Rings today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Acts of Geekery podcast, episode 31. I'm Corey.
And I'm Scott.
And we're the Brothers Geek, here to bring you all the geeky things in the world of geekdom in crisp mono quality.
Yes. Mono quality.
I don't know, are we in stereo? We wouldn't be in stereo.
No, but we've got new equipment.
Yeah, if you can't tell from the way our voices sound.
Hopefully that's a better way you can tell, not worse.
Hopefully now that you can hear all of our little tongue clicks and breathing and everything, but it's not going to be too bad.
This is cool because I can actually make me go left and you go right.
Oh, that is really weird. Don't do that. Put me back to balance.
Well, it's like if you're in a conversation in the car and the person wants to be, they want to be part of the conversation, you know?
Yeah, you can be part of the conversation with the Acts of Geekery podcast.
Sure.
Where we bring you all the geeky things in the world of geekdom.
Yes, all of them.
Mm-hmm. Even the ones you don't want to hear about.
Especially those.
But let's just go ahead and get right in. Oh, wow. I'm already bumping the new equipment here.
I know, we're not used to it.
No, I'm like waving my hands around and there's bars in the way now.
Stop talking so, what do they call that?
Dramatically?
When you use your arms a lot. There's an actual term for it, but I can't remember.
Anyway, let's just go ahead and get into the news.
Can you wire my head directly into the battle grid?
I can wire anything directly into anything. I'm the professor.
That's right. And I'm the professor's understudy. I have wired headphones into a headphone port.
A feat that any 12-year-old can do.
But not an 11-year-old.
No, they don't know anything.
Nope.
Actually, any 11-year-olds listening to the podcast, you do know stuff.
You know things like how to poop in the potty.
Girls have cooties.
They still have cooties, and I'm 28, so yeah.
I think you're thinking something different, Scott.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
it's as an ooh sound in it. I got it.
Yeah. Jeez. The thing about these headphones, because we're wearing headphones now, like all of your jokes are coming into me, and I'm hearing them loud in my ears.
Are they coming in high fidelity?
Yes. Fidelity?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an actual a term for an audio term.
All right. The fidelity usually isn't an audio term for me.
No. You're thinking of infidelity.
Exactly.
No, high fidelity, low fidelity, etc.
I thought high fidelity was just extreme fidelity. Like infidelity is bad, fidelity is good, and high fidelity is really good.
Okay. But I'm sure some people that have regular infidelity would say that it's really good as well.
Yeah.
That just depends on them.
Do not send us emails regarding infidelity. We're not that kind of podcast. But we are a podcast that talks about news, and there is no bigger news story this week than the Marvel-Sony deal.
Oh my gosh.
They have finally come to an agreement, and Spider-Man is coming back home. It's so great.
Has he been away at college?
Yes, at Empire State University.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Actually, that's the college he went to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, ESU.
Oh.
Thank you, 1990s cartoon.
That is something I did not know.
Well, that's why I'm the better geek.
You're probably right.
No, he's coming back to Marvel and Disney to be in their movies.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So,
but also scary.
Kind of scary, because Marvel has done so well with their secondary and tertiary characters. I love that word, tertiary.
Tertiary. It's like tush. It's like a tushy.
You know what? Can we just be a grammar podcast today?
Tertiary.
Grammar and new words. The dictionary. Oxford's podcast.
I think that we need to have a word a day calendar and fit the words in to the podcast.
Okay, that sounds
As we
good.
go.
That would be 7 words for one podcast.
No, I mean, I don't care if it actually aligns to the day. It could be a word a week for all I care.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as far as we've read, sorry.
And been told directly from Marvel, because, we have those connections.
We have the inside scoop, people. The new Spider-Man will appear first in an upcoming movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe before breaking off onto his own Sony-produced new franchise starting in July 28th, 2017.
Yay.
Yep. The new film will also be co-produced by Amy Pascal, who launched the franchise at Sony Pictures, the original Spider-Man trilogy, which was fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
well, the first 2 were great.
Yep.
Second one, I think, in my opinion, is the best.
Oh, I thought you said the third one was the best.
No.
Second.
Second.
Yeah. You're
Yuck,
right.
yuck.
Yeah,
Come on.
second one is the best.
It was great.
And then Kevin Feige, the producer and president of Marvel Studios, will also help
Kevin Feige
run the franchise. And, he's kind of done well with everything else that he's done with the Marvel Studios. And then they're also exploring opportunities to integrate characters from the MCU into future Spider-Man films, which is fantastic.
Yes, and when I said it was also scary, what I guess what I was getting at is granted we haven't had a great Spider-Man in the last little bit. Amazing Spider-Man 1 was okay. Number 2 kind of bombed.
Yeah.
And Amazing Spider-Man or Spider-Man 3 from the previous set, it sucked.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
I think that was Sam Raimi's FU to the studio because he didn't want to do any more Spider-Man movies and they were trying to get him to do more. And he was like, if I'm terrible, they're not going to want me back.
Right.
And then Sam Raimi's career kind of went downhill and they're like, oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. So
I probably shouldn't have, did stuff that got rid of my money making. And that all boils down to our hatred for actors and directors and producers and stuff that do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where they're like, I'm too good for this. I'm not going to be a Marvel director anymore. And the next thing you know, they don't have any projects.
Because Marvel's given them pretty much everything. So more information coming out about the Spider-Man thing. Not right now.
I never finished my thought, though.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
The reason why I say it's kind of scary is because we've never seen Marvel do Spider-Man.
That's true.
Other than in, like animated. And they've done okay in animated, but they can do pretty much any character in animated. No problem.
Exactly.
But we've never seen them do it live action. And I don't know if they will. And that was one thing we were talking about. Even you mentioned it. Like, are you nervous about how well they will or won't do Spider-Man?
So, imagine a universe. Imagine, if you will, a universe.
Scary door.
The scary door. Okay, that's a clip today.
Yep. All right. That's fine.
Let me write that down.
You should just next time just write it down and not say it.
Well, no, people can anticipate. Place your bets now. Do you think it's coming in trailers and videos, or picks of the week, or reviews? Because we do have a review today. But imagine, if you will, a world where Marvel did not give up the rights to their main characters.
Yeah.
Where Marvel started Marvel Studios and they went Spider-Man. And then they went Fantastic Four. And then they went X-Men. Do you think it would have been successful?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to lean towards yes. And my reasoning behind it is because
They have fantastic people over there.
Well, look what they did with Iron Man.
Yeah.
They were able to take a B-list, sometimes C-list character, and let me tell you guys, Iron Man was not an A-lister.
Yeah.
He was not a top call. He's not the guy you call in Avengers.
Nope.
He was kind of just like, oh yeah, that guy built a suit.
Yeah, and he's a drunk. You
Yeah.
know, that was his claim to fame before Iron.
Yeah, he was
before.
a huge
And now
alcoholic.
he's like head of the Marvel universe, basically.
Right, and
He's their
and Marvel
new
did
poster
that.
child.
Marvel did that. They turned around, and they didn't just do it in the comics. They did it on the big screen.
But you have to remember that oftentimes in human history and in film,
In human history,
in space, human history,
in space.
in space human history.
Okay, go on.
and in film in general, because I took a film course. I know this stuff.
You took one course.
I took one film course. I am an expert. That when you have limited resources and you limit yourself in some way, it makes things. You come out with creative ways to do things.
Yeah, and
Marvel had limited resources. They had a bunch of C-listers that nobody knew about, nobody cared about, and they decided to turn them into
A-listers.
yeah, which
because they had to. They had no option, no other option.
They have single-handedly created the geek revolution.
Yeah,
I would say.
I would agree.
So I don't know. Like Spider-Man, now that it's enough time has passed, maybe Spider-Man would be good. Just don't do an origin story.
And I don't think they will.
Yeah.
Everything that we see coming out in the reports and stuff, it looks like they're going to go more towards you already know how it happened.
You know, Iron Man and Captain and Hulk and the Thor. Sorry.
Wow.
No, you were just like, you said you already know, and I don't know why, but Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer came into my brain.
Someone needs to make that song.
Yes, please.
And then throw in
But do you recall
the most famous
Marvel of all?
Marvel character of all.
Spider-Man is Peter Parker.
Oh my gosh. Okay, keep this in mind. You're gonna do the lyrics.
Okay, I'll work on it.
But
I can't even remember what we were talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
It must not have been important.
Well, we were talking about now that enough time has passed, and you don't have to do the origin story because we've done it twice.
That's right. There was a movie out recently that in the first... Yeah, in the first... No, it wasn't that one. It was the first 5 minutes. Was it Man of Steel? Where they did the origin story in the first few minutes as the credits. Like
no,
it
wasn't Man of Steel.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? Where as they go through the credits for the different, different people that produced it and are directing and acting in it. In between that, they did shots, and they were just quick shots of kind of an origin story of stuff. And I'm trying to remember which movie it was.
I don't have no idea. Was it a superhero movie specifically?
I believe so. If I remember, I'll come back to it.
Okay.
But other movies have done stuff like this too. Watchmen did that kind of thing.
Yep.
Where they kind of gave you a little bit of backstory.
Yep. They gave you backstory within it.
Of each of the characters. But they need to do that with Spider-Man. They need to, as the trailer goes, it's, Peter getting bit by the spider, him discovering his powers,
Yeah.
Then it's, hey, he's been Spider-Man for 5 years. He's still kind of a rookie, but he kind of knows what he's doing,
Or if you're going to make it an origin story, well, you know what? They can't do this, but the way they did the Guardians of the Galaxy origin story, because let's face it, that was an origin story movie. Completely.
Yeah, it was. Mm-hmm.
But didn't feel like it.
No, it did not.
No. But what movie will Spider-Man appear in the Marvel Universe? Why, Civil War, of course.
Captain America
Civil
3,
War. Yeah. Which Spider-Man is a huge part of the Civil War.
Now, do you think they had the script written in 2 different parts?
I think...
Yes, this is how we're going to do it if Spider-Man's available.
Spider-Man's available, or if not, Black Panther.
Yeah. Or Daredevil.
Yeah. Oh, Daredevil was a good part in the Civil War. He didn't have much of a part, but there was the one part where Reed Richards talks to him in prison, and he shows him like the coin and quotes like Job or something. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, Spider-Man will be in the Civil War. He was a huge part in it. At first, he was on Tony's side.
Yep.
And then he switched over to Captain America's side. And then they're not going to get Andrew Garfield to play Spider-Man.
Which
I'm okay with.
Yeah, I thought he played a great Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. I don't think he played a good Peter Parker, though. Yeah. He was too cool for Peter Parker.
Exactly. So they're looking to get someone younger because they're looking to send Spider-Man back to high school, which is where Spider-Man kind of shines. Mm-hmm. He's the kid superhero, the one that's inexperienced, the rookie and everything. And that's where Spider-Man does the best.
Yeah. I can't agree more.
Plus, really. It ties in with the Spider-Man cartoon very well.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about the other Spider-Man films that Sony was producing. Sinister Six, the female Spider-Man one with, I think it was like Black Cat or something like that. Right. They were talking about a female lead
movie.
And Venom. these movies, people were like, well, what about these ones? Are you going to continue those? Because Spider-Man's been delayed until after 2017 for Captain America. Or, no, Captain America's 2016. Anyway, whatever. It's been delayed to 2017. Sorry, it's been delayed to 2017.
A standalone. Standalone
Spider-Man. The standalone. Yeah. Well, apparently they're still moving forward with the other ones. So we might see those from Sony within the next couple of years and such.
And they could be good or they could be terrible.
I kind of... Well, now that they've got Kevin Feige on their side, they could do it really well.
Okay.
So, Scott, how much do you think it cost Marvel to get Spider-Man back in their universe?
$1 billion.
You would think so.
Umpty billion.
Because it cost them $4 billion for Star Wars.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man's... Well, I wouldn't say Spider-Man's as big as Star Wars, but it's still pretty much as big is, you know. $0 is the answer. Yeah. No, there is no cost to Marvel because Marvel said, hey, look, we know you're having problems with Spider-Man. Let us help you. And Sony finally went, okay, sure. Yeah. Yeah. And now all we need, and then everybody's like, all we need is Wolverine and we'll have the perfect Avengers.
And they're like, all we need is love. Oh. And Wolverine.
All you need is love and Wolverine.
You know what? That speaking of yesterday as being Valentine's Day.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy
geeks.
Valentine's Day. All you need is love and Wolverine. Or love and comic books. Love is comic books.
Love is comic books.
Yep. Comic books are love. They're made out of love.
All right. Final little bit of news about Spider-Man.
Sort of a bummer, but we understand why.
So it's just a bunch of... They had to push things back in order to... Because Thor 3 shared the same date for Spider-Man,
and that's
from Sony.
And that's Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. So that's been pushed to November 2017, and subsequently every Marvel movie has been pushed. So this is bad news in the fact that we're not getting these movies like we were when we thought we would. But it's really good news because that means that Marvel is so invested in the Sony project that they're like, yeah, we want to help you work so much, we're going to push our dates back so we can help you with this project.
I don't think we actually clarified. Marvel doesn't own Spider-Man. Yeah. Sony still owns it. But Sony basically came to Marvel and said, hey, we need your help.
Yeah.
It bombed in Avengers 2, and... Are you okay? You're adjusting your mic and hearing
Sorry,
noise.
I'm like, I'm sitting here trying to get it comfortable. This is a new system. I'm not comfortable yet.
I'm just wondering because you're just fiddling.
Yeah,
you're fiddling. It's like, put your hands down. Okay. Sit on them.
All right.
Sit on them.
No, I'm not. I have stuff I have to do.
Okay. But they came out and said, we need your help because Amazing Spider-Man 2 kind of bombed and 3 probably won't do very well. And so they said, we will let you use Spider-Man in this movie, etc. But we need your help. They actually came to Marvel and said, we want your creative team to work with us
because Marvel's creative team is amazing.
Yeah, it wasn't a Marvel only deal. It was mutually beneficial.
Yep,
to both.
Yeah. So Thor Ragnarok got pushed back to 2017 November, which means that Black Panther is pushed back to 2018, and Captain Marvel's pushed back to November of 2018. And then Inhumans is pushed back to 2019. I have to stay alive for 4 more years.
That was going to be a challenge?
Yeah. Well, it also means Infinity War Part 1 and 2 is pushed back to like 2020.
Okay.
But you know what? All that's okay because Spider-Man is back where he belongs.
Yep. He's home.
Yep. Welcome home, Spider-Man.
He's like the prodigal son.
He has returned. And you know what? Now... We don't have to worry about any Spider-Man comics getting knocked off the shelf because Marvel and Sony can't agree.
I mean, we're kind of fat, so when we walk by them, they might get knocked off, but, you know.
The comic book shop we go to is not that small, Scott.
The aisles are pretty small.
Really?
Yeah, have you not noticed?
No,
I mean, we go there every week. You haven't noticed that they're pretty small?
No.
All right, go.
Well, you know what? DC really didn't have anything that came out to match this news, and I'm sure they scrambled to try and find something. All we have really for DC movies is that Joel Kinnaman is in early talks for the role of Rick Flag in the Suicide Squad movie. This role has been from Tom Hardy. He dropped out for whatever reason. I think he said bad script or something like that. I don't know. Or he claims bad script. I don't know.
I thought it was a
Scheduling conflict.
conflict.
I think that's what the agent said.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's been tossed around to like Jake Gyllenhaal. He refused. Well, Joel Kinnaman is...
He's a person
Yes, he is.
with a name.
Yep, and he's the lead in RoboCop, the RoboCop remake.
Oh.
He's RoboCop.
He's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Hopefully we'll see more of him than just his lungs and his head.
And his brain.
His brain, yes.
Creepy looking brain with stuff on it.
You know what? I do have a little bit more DC news here. Christina Wren will be back for Batman vs. Superman.
Who is she?
That's a very good question. She is the girl in Man of Steel who...
I'm assuming she was a girl, but okay. Go on.
Who's... Again, I'm hearing it all for the first time. Like, I can usually ignore these jokes, but they're right in my ears this time.
Is this going to be distracting? Being able to actually hear me?
No, it's okay. It's actually very... I feel more professional.
Oh, okay.
I feel a little bit more like Robert Kirkman. Not Robert Kirkman. What's his name?
Robert Orsi.
No.
I know, we're just naming...
Batman on Batman.
What?
Kevin Smith.
Oh, Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
I'm like, Fat Man on Batman?
That's his podcast. It's called Fat Man on Batman.
Oh.
And it's him, and he gets guests on, and he talks about Batman.
And getting on Batman. Getting on him.
Yep.
All
Because
right.
it's Valentine's Day.
Yep. They just need some more
anyway.
Wolverine in their life.
Anyway, you may remember this girl in Man of Steel as the officer, the army officer, who blushes at the end and says that she thinks Superman's kind of hot.
Okay.
And
she has the word Ferris on her name tag.
She is Captain Carrie Ferris.
Carrie?
Carrie is just a short name for Carol.
Since when?
Forever.
I have never met a person named Carol that went by Carrie. Mm-hmm. I really haven't.
Okay. So you're going to get more upset about Carrie Ferris than you are about Ivy Peppers?
Yeah, I mean, Gotham doesn't matter because it's a TV show.
Anyway, Carrie Ferris is going to be in Batman vs. Superman.
And if you don't know who Carrie Ferris is, that's fine because that's not really anyone.
Her name is Carol Ferris in the comic. She's Hal Jordan's on-again, off-again girlfriend.
And the owner of Ferris Air, which is where Hal Jordan first worked as a test pilot.
You know, before he became all cool.
He's
still kind of not cool.
Yeah, he's my third favorite Lantern.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I think mine too.
Yeah, I mean, I like Guy Gardner first, and then I like Kyle Rayner.
Kyle Rayner's first, then Alan Scott, then Hal Jordan.
I'm not counting. I mean, the four
then
of the main
then
universe.
Hal Jordan's my second favorite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, lately Hal I haven't liked him in the comics.
Well, that's because he's kind of the leader of the Green Lanterns right now, right?
Yeah, no, he is.
Yeah?
He is the leader.
Okay.
He is the Green Lantern.
jerk.
He's the Green Lantern's jerk boss.
Jerk boss. He's on such a power trip lately.
Yep.
Scott, do you like Gina Carano?
I do. She was one of the top, like probably 5 people that I thought could play Wonder Woman.
Yeah. I would agree with you. She's got a very nice body, and she's got the Wonder Woman physique.
Yep.
Going for her. I think the girl who plays Sif would have done better.
Oh, yeah. I can't ever remember her name.
I can't either.
Sif Girl.
Sif Girl. Well, apparently Gina Carano is going to be in a Marvel movie, just not with Marvel Disney. She's going over to the Deadpool movie from Fox.
So she's going to Marvel Fox.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited for
Foxel.
this. Yep, Foxel. I'm not excited for Fox having Marvel products.
Yeah.
Just I'm excited for Deadpool.
I hope they do it good.
She's going to be playing a character called Angel Dust, which is a Morlock. Now, do you remember who the Morlocks are from your cartoon?
I do remember who the Morlocks are.
Who are the Morlocks?
They're the underground mutants.
Okay.
That they're usually way too deformed to come above ground. However, in the comics, it's great because they can draw all kinds of crazy looking mutated people with weird skin and stuff.
They can't really do that in the movies.
In the animated movie, there was like 3 or 4 that were weird looking. The rest looked just like normal people.
I think this character Angel Dust in the comics was actually not
She's
too
a drug?
bad. Yes, she's a drug. actually, her superpower is she can flood herself with adrenaline and give herself super strength for a limited amount of time.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. Remember the show Alphas on Sci-Fi?
No, I never saw it.
You never saw it, but
I'm
know
aware
what it
of
is.
it.
You remember? You're aware of it. There, the one guy on there, the black guy, he could do that.
Okay.
That was his powers. He could.
Was his name Angel Dust too?
No, I don't even remember what his name was, but he could do that. He could pump himself up and like push a car really
Nice.
easily on his own. He couldn't lift a car, but it was just like peak human performance.
Yeah.
And the same kind of stuff that like, baby's trapped in a vehicle and the mom rips the door off type
Yeah.
deal. Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's cool.
Yeah, and I also heard a rumor that Colossus might make an appearance in the Deadpool movie, which in the original Deadpool script that they were tossing around, his good conscience, Deadpool's good conscience was Colossus, was the voice of Colossus and everything, because Deadpool associated Colossus with like everything good.
Okay.
So who knows? Maybe he'll make a brief appearance.
There's a couple people that have not seen a Colossus role that they like so far. They're like, he's really weak. He's not. So like in Days of Future Past, he's in there and Colossus is strong.
Yeah.
I mean, super strength strong. Not just like he gets metal and he can lift up, he can lift up a car. I mean, he can like tear the car in half and use them as boxing gloves.
Yeah.
All of the Hulk type deal.
Yeah.
Not as strong as the Hulk, of course, and they never show that.
Yeah, I think they kind of depower him because he's a secondary character, which, there goes Fox screwing it up again.
Messing it up. And that's why I'm nervous that if Deadpool doesn't have an R rating, I don't think it'll do well.
Yeah, I'm worried about that too. I hear that it's going to be pretty close to what Deadpool is. From Ryan Reynolds, he's saying it's pretty close. We just don't have quite the budget that we want.
Look at the movie we just saw today.
Oh.
It's an R-rated movie, and it was amazing. And we'll review it a little later.
Well, spoiler alert for our review later.
But I'm not going to tell you what it is.
No, you have to sit there and wonder.
But and the reason why it had the R rating was language, of course,
Gore.
and lots of gore, but it was
And one butt.
and one butt. It would have been funny if it was only half of a butt.
That would have been.
I'm going to say one half of a butt.
One half butt.
Yeah, so it's an R minus.
Yeah. Moving on to TV news, because we love TV, especially the DC TV. DC TV.
If our physique says anything, we love TV.
And Cheetos.
And Mountain Dew.
And Oreos.
We should go get some Oreos.
Yeah. Pause the podcast.
For Oreos.
For Oreo. That sounds like a battle cry.
For Oreos. Well, it's like the guards in Sugar Rush. Oreo.
Oh.
Go on.
So,
TV.
the Arrow showrunner has confirmed that John Diggle is not actually Jon Stewart.
That's fine.
Well, yeah, kind of a relief, because then we don't have to worry about mixing characters and everything. But the other kind of little thing that he slipped in there, he says that DC has other plans for Green Lantern.
Okay.
For Jon Stewart in particular. Maybe all that soliciting that one guy was doing. Ty Burrell? No.
No. Ty Burrell is like a Saturday Night Live character.
No, definitely not
Tyrese Gibson.
Tyrese Gibson. Ty something, okay? I got part of it right. I can't. You know what? There's so many celebrities, I can't keep track of them all.
All those ties, they just blend together.
Yes. Yep. Nice blended tie.
Yep.
We also have, for The Flash, that Emily Kinney will be joining it as a villain. Now, Emily Kinney,
I know that name.
yeah, she is in, or she was, spoiler alert, she was in The Walking Dead.
As Beth.
Yes. We have not seen the episode where Beth dies.
No, but she dies.
Yeah. I mean everybody's going to die.
I was going to say, spoiler alert. Here's your list of characters that don't die in Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Rick, Carl, Judith,
Maggie.
No, I think she'll probably end up dying.
Really? Glenn.
Yeah. No, I think he ends up dying in the comics too.
I thought that those 5 were the mainstays.
But I'm mainly about the show, and then the one they made up, Daryl.
Daryl?
Yep.
I don't know. I think Daryl could meet his end in a spectacular fashion.
Like riding his motorcycle in with TNT strapped to it or something.
Yes.
To a crowd of zombies.
Yes. Walking AMC, if you're listening, make this happen.
He's like, this is what we call a redneck bomb.
He's got a cowboy hat and he's waving it in the air.
like the riding the bomb down.
Yep.
But so Beth dies, but she's not out of TV. And
Nope.
she probably won't because she did a really good job in Walking Dead.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I liked her character towards the end. Towards the beginning, it was just like she was just there for the suicidal plot line, and then they had her sing every now and then. But her character got better. But she will be playing a villain known as the Bug-Eyed Bandit on a Flash episode. Now, the Bug-Eyed Bandit is there's been 2 of them, and they've both been male.
I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, this is crazy. Like I had
all the
to
comics I've
up.
read and all the stuff I've read, I have never, ever, ever heard of this character.
Well, the Bug-Eyed Bandit can control insects. He can't shrink. He can control insects.
I was gonna say it's
though.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, that's the thing is he's like half Ant-Man. He's man.
You keep saying he, you mean she.
Well, sorry. In the comics, there's been 2 characters and they've both been male.
Right.
They are switching her to a female. Now, this episode that she's going to be in, the thing is she's not. The Bug-Eyed Bandit is not a Flash villain. She is a Atom villain originally. So the episode that they're throwing him in,
a guy named Adam.
yes,
and they his
Adam,
villain.
our friend Adam, he has his own comic book.
Up and at them.
No, the Atom. He is in Arrow and everything. Well, the episode that the Bug-Eyed Bandit is on is the episode where he's coming to not Star City. Coast City, right? No. Central City.
For Flash?
Yeah.
Yeah, Central.
Holy crap.
No, that's fine. They're all like right there on the East Coast together, apparently.
That's going to be the episode where Brandon Ruth and Felicity show up on the Flash because they need help with Star Labs to help build the Atom's costume.
Now, I have a problem with this particular villain.
Okay.
Not this one in particular, but like this genre of villain. Mm-hmm. The bug control villain. It doesn't really seem scary to me.
Not really.
Because I mean they've done this on a couple other shows. They do it on every supernatural style show as well.
Oh yeah.
There's
the
even,
insect demon.
Yeah, Constantine I think already had one.
Oh, Constantine the movie definitely had one.
Yeah. And they've done it on Smallville. Mm-hmm. There was a guy that could control bees or something. Which I'm like, you're Superman.
Not the bees.
You're Superman. You just walk in and let them all sting you. Big deal. And they're not going to hurt you. But to me, I'm like, just wear a beekeeper suit. Boom. Mm-hmm. Boom. Problem solved.
Yeah.
You win.
Yeah.
Game over.
Flash in a beekeeper suit.
A beekeeper suit with two bottles of bug spray. Or like Raid or whatever kills them. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, we'll see. Maybe it'll be really cool. Maybe she can turn into bugs.
Like break apart.
Yeah.
And then fly around and then
and
come
sting
back
people and shit.
Okay.
Yeah. That'd be cool. So I've been talking with people about the podcast, speaking of me just swearing there. And they were talking like, "Oh man, you guys really go through and meticulously take out all of the swear words." And it's like, no, mostly we're good. We know how to censor ourselves. Yeah. Every now and then something slips through.
Corey's not so good at it sometimes.
Yeah.
We don't know why, but he just isn't.
Scott, I'm going to ask you really quick. Did you want that to be your pick of the week before I start shouting it out?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll move that down. So let's talk about the other side of the coin, of the Marvel DC coin, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay. And their apparent announcement that Lady Sif will return for another Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode.
Awesome.
She was great in the episode she was in. I think that was like one of the first episodes that I really felt was completely solid all the way through, and you wanted to like watch again and thought it was a great episode.
Yeah. What else? She played. What's the Kyle XY? Old show.
Never saw it.
Kid grown from a vat, basically.
Yeah, I've seen the picture of him lifting up his
in it.
chiseled abs, and he's got no belly button.
This is weird. And I just kind of forgot where I was going to go with that.
She's in that.
She's in that.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know why I was bringing that up. I'm all sorts of all over the place today.
Yeah, you know what? Like, you're so focused on the board.
I'm trying to make everything like work good. I gotta get better at this.
Listeners, does it sound good? Okay. See?
No, wait. Does it sound good? Oh, well, I muted it. Whoops.
Oh,
Not
stop
really.
touching it.
Oh, I was gonna ask about S.H.I.E.L.D.
See,
is it coming
you
back?
moved your arm and you
I
hit
did.
the arm.
I hit the thing.
Okay.
When
Go
is
on.
it coming back to TV?
March 6th.
Not soon enough.
That's only that's 2 weeks away, Scott.
2 weeks.
We have to get through Agent Carter.
I know. We have to get through Agent Carter.
The last episode was really good.
I wouldn't know. I was sick.
Yeah, you missed half of it, but
And I was like halfway through. I'm like, oh, I gotta go.
no, no.
Oh no.
All right, well, let's talk about more stuff that you're like, oh no.
No, something I am kind of like yay about.
What? Why are you yay about this?
About Superman getting his own statue? Of course,
Oh.
I'm super yay about it.
No, Scott, this one up here.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about Superman statue a little bit later.
Yeah, first of all, we're going to talk about a Power Ranger arrested.
We're gonna talk about Murder Most Foul.
Yes. Ricardo Medina Jr.
Ricardo Montalban.
and his fake chest has been arrested for murder in the first degree, I think.
Ricardo Medina Jr.
He is one of the Red Rangers from, I think, one of like the third series of Power Rangers.
Yeah, not the original that you probably
No.
remember growing up.
Nope.
But
Crazy.
yeah, he killed. I think it was his roommate or something.
They got into an argument and he
stabbed him.
Now, are you sure we stabbed him and not just shot behind him? And then a few seconds later, he reacted and fell over?
There was an explosion, and then a few seconds later, he did a flip.
I'm sorry. That's making light of somebody's death.
And that was last Saturday. We totally forgot to talk
There
about
was
it.
so much news last time that we couldn't
So much.
we couldn't fit everything.
There's also something else from last week that I want to talk about. That
oh, holy crap! That Superman story was right above it.
yeah, you didn't
Oh
even see
no,
it.
I didn't see that. Sorry.
There's one thing. So, do you remember reading To Kill a Mockingbird in school?
Yes.
Pretty good book.
Yeah, I think I read half of it.
Whether or not you like it, very popular book.
Yeah, it actually it is a good book.
Yeah.
It's just when school tells me to read something, I don't read it. I can't.
I
read
agree.
It.
I didn't really start reading books until after I got out of school, because then I could actually read what I wanted when I wanted, which is how they need to do it. They need to.
Well, they're trying to give you the classics and
You know
everything.
what?
And it's like, no, we're in an age where the classics are 5 years ago. You know?
However, I am thankful that I was able to read like Dracula and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Like
Count of Monte Cristo.
Count of Monte Cristo is fantastic, and I
Not
like
Count
those
of
ones.
Monte Cristo, which is a really different movie.
It's just all about grease and
Yeah,
butter.
it's weird.
But the author of To Kill a Mockingbird, which, if you were on the ball, you'd be typing up To Kill a Mockingbird to Google.
I remember Brian in the last episode of Family Guy saying somebody that was completely wrong. Harper Lee.
So Harper Lee, she is
Lovely woman.
80 something right now. She released this back in the 60s, I believe.
The To Kill a Mockingbird. Yes.
Yeah, back in the 60s. She's releasing another book. That was her only book.
Yeah.
And now she's got another one.
So, a little bit of information on this book. It's not only in the same kind of vein or universe as To Kill a Mockingbird. It's
exactly.
It's
the future version of Scout. So she wrote a book back in the 60s and sent it to her publisher, and it had an adult version of Scout.
Yep. Mixed in,
there were flashbacks to
this
youth version,
Yeah.
and a couple of
to
stories.
the Kill a Mockingbird story.
Uh-huh. And the publisher came back and said, we're more interested in the flashbacks. Write a book about that. So she did.
Yeah.
And this other one got lost. She didn't know where it was. She didn't really care, I guess, because she got her one book out and she was happy with it. But her friend was helping her clean up some stuff, and they found the manuscript for it. And she's going to release it.
Just sitting. It was under my coffee table the whole time.
They were using it to balance a table, like under a leg.
What's this? Oh, I've been searching for that for ages. I don't know why she's Irish.
Yeah, why did she turn Irish? But super cool that they found an old book and that it ties exactly into To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yep.
So I wanted to bring that up because we totally spaced that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is kind of geeky. I don't know why I didn't write that down.
Yeah.
Because I didn't put that down in the notes because I didn't think it was geek worthy.
It's a book.
Kind of nerd worthy.
Geeks. Bookworms, man.
That's true. All right. Oh, speaking of books,
geeks.
a little announcement for those of you who have been following our recommendations for books. The author of Please Don't Tell My Parents I'm a Supervillain has come out with a sequel called Please Don't Tell My Parents I Blew Up the Moon.
Nice.
So
and we were very excited when we...
Yes, I found that out. It came out like a week after I found out about it, and I am going to be buying it this week so that I can read that up. So let's talk about this Superman statue.
So, there have been talks about in Cleveland about putting up a... No, there really have been.
Why Cleveland?
I'll tell you why in a minute.
Okay, all
about
right.
putting up a Superman statue.
Right next to the Drew Carey one?
There's a Drew Carey?
No, I'm just thinking of other things in Cleveland, and that's the only thing that I can think of.
No, that's Wisconsin.
No, in the beginning of the Drew Carey song, they say Cleveland rocks, remember? In their theme.
Oh, yeah.
Drew Carey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
You're thinking that 70s show for Wisconsin.
I have not seen that show in a long time. Anyways, and the reason why they want to put a superhero statue up, or a statue of Superman in particular, is because he was created there.
Yep.
He, Siegel and Schuster, the creators of Superman, back in 1930, lived in Cleveland. Thought him up in a garage, and for some reason they have never put up a statue.
Yeah.
They're going to go ahead and do it.
And they're making it 12 feet tall.
12 foot tall, made out of burnished steel.
Nice.
So pretty cool. Pretty cool they're doing
the
that.
Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Like
Well, you got to make them out of steel.
Exactly. That's pretty much the only option.
Yep.
Yep. Any other, it's the Man of Bronze. The Man of Colored Gold Metal.
So, speaking of other things that represent superheroes in some sort of light, whether good or bad, in France, did you hear about this? There is a hospital that had a mural of superheroes.
Really?
Now, that sounds really cool. However, it is a giant sex scene.
What?
I kid you not. It is a giant sex scene of superheroes
Oh my gosh.
of all Justice League heroes.
Oh my gosh.
How weird is that? And it has been in this hospital for years, and no one has even
said a thing
or even known about it. And all of a sudden, there's all this outcry about it, and oh my god, it's weird. It is very adult, so I'm not going to describe it because it would be bad. But yeah,
that would definitely bump us into the explicit.
Yeah, there's
They're painting over it too.
oh yeah, they're getting rid of it. I think they hired an artist that was like, hey, draw a superhero mural, and so he did. And the next thing you know,
how did this, like, seriously, it's been there for 10 years?
yeah,
And nobody has said a thing.
no one has said a thing about it.
That is very graphic.
It is incredibly graphic.
Oh my gosh.
But
like-
so they're painting over it, of course. But,
Yeah. Do
and
not.
some artist either is like dirty creepo, or he's like, haha, this will be funny to put in a children's hospital.
That's insane.
I thought it was hilarious.
That is super hilarious. Okay, wow.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, right?
All I got for you left is a little bit of alien news, I guess. I don't think I can top the sex mural.
That should have been our top story. Who cares about Spider-Man going to Marvel?
Yeah, jeez.
Superhero sex. Come on.
Oh, jeez. No, Neil Blomkamp, the guy who did District 9.
Blomkamp.
He did District 9.
Blumenkamp.
I think he's doing Chappie. He did Elysium.
Yes. Chappie's done. I think it hasn't come out yet, but it's all done.
Yeah, but I think he's the director.
Yes.
Okay.
Did Elysium, District 9.
A little while ago, he put out concept art on his Twitter page of stuff from Alien, and it was really cool stuff.
And it wasn't just stuff that we've already seen. It was new Alien stuff.
Like it was Sigourney Weaver, or her character, in kind of like this cool alien spacesuit, like xenomorph-looking spacesuit.
Yeah.
And it was all really cool, and everybody was like, and then he's like, no, this isn't any project that I'm doing. I just posted this concept art that I thought was really cool. Well, he came out and said that there's a high possibility that he will make an Alien movie now. Ooh. They probably saw this concept art and they're like, ooh, yeah, get that guy.
He may not have the greatest stories in the sci-fi world, in my opinion. They're good. Like, I love District 9 and I loved Elysium, but plot-wise, they were kind of so-so.
Yeah.
However, what really makes them is the visuals and how he is able to make alien technology, stuff that just boggles the mind, that normal humans wouldn't think of. And he did it. Like in District 9,
yeah.
All the different guns that the aliens have, the way that their mech suits
Yeah, he
move,
really does some cool...
Wow.
He really does some cool effects stuff.
Yeah, really cool.
We'll see how he does with Alien.
Yeah, we will.
Got anything else for news? Anything else that relates to anything that we talked about?
Nope. I think the France story is our top news.
Yeah,
story.
that's pretty much like, where will we go from here? Well, we go to reviews.
We are an independent international intelligence agency operating at the highest level of discretion.
If you haven't guessed by now, we're going to review a movie that came out this last Friday, or Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Called Kingsman: Secret Service.
And this
it's not 50 Shades of Grey, people.
Yeah. No, we'll wait until we review that on our other, more sultry podcast.
Well, welcome to Acts of Sexiness.
And we'll talk about the French mural way
more in detail.
But
I'm sorry, I would not listen to the two of us talking about sexy stuff.
No.
Seriously,
It'd be anything but. Yeah,
it'd be everything but.
All right. So Kingsman, this movie, Corey was excited for it from the beginning. You like spy movies, right?
I would say just yeah.
Wow, sorry if you heard that. That was
I thought that was my phone for a moment
that's
there.
The take out the trash.
Yeah.
Alarm for me.
It's not so much that it's a spy movie, but I like these type of graphic novel comedies.
Okay, and I was not very excited for this. I didn't know it was created off a graphic novel, which I hate to say it, and I hate to be that person, but if it's based off a graphic novel, I'll go see it.
Yeah.
Just because
usually they're storyboarded very well.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't know. I had no idea, and until you told me.
Yeah.
So I also wasn't very excited until I saw the second trailer.
Yeah. Which was the Red Band trailer.
Yes.
And that worked really well. And so we were both excited for it. We get into the theater, the usual kind of stuff, and we sit down, and within like the first 10 minutes...
Oh my gosh.
So good. Like the first scene. It starts out.
I want my MTV.
Yes, it starts out with Money for Nothing by Dire Straits, which is, in my opinion, the greatest song in the world. I love that song. The guitar solo in the beginning is just, it's my pump song.
And that, I will agree, that sold the movie for me. When that came on, I got amped.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, this is
do
going to be
this.
great. Oh, it's going to be so much fun.
And it's got great premise. You get to see Mark Hamill in like the first 15 minutes, and you're like, holy crap, Mark Hamill's here.
I didn't catch it until you said something because he doesn't look like Mark.
He doesn't
Hamill
look
anymore.
like. Yeah, he's kind of fat. And,
He's fat and old,
Fat
and he's
and
got a scraggle beard.
yes.
He cannot grow a beard. You know, he is a definitely scruffy looking nerf herder. Yep.
Yes. And the only reason I caught it was his voice kind of sounded like Joker.
A little bit,
Because he was trying
high-pitched.
to do the English accent, and it just came out, I would say, gravelly.
Okay,
A little bit gravelly. The Joker, because his normal voice is kind of high pitched, and then he kind of goes, he kind of goes into this little gravelly, kind of thing.
Yeah.
If I had more time, I could work on it better. But my Joker impression is not what I'd like it.
You
to be.
spend all day in a car. You should just do nothing but impressions all day.
I do.
People are like, this guy is got angry face going on, and
I'm
he's
just
right
sitting
behind me in
and
a
I'm-
big van.
and I'm just sitting there. You feel lucky, punk. Not bad, not bad. Mark Hamill, the guy who tries and saves him is from Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know if you caught that.
I did not.
He's the captain, the one that is after the girl, and he's like the formal British captain.
Oh yeah,
guy.
he's the British captain
Yep.
from the Navy or
And
the
then
British Navy.
it's got Mark Strong in it, who is fantastic.
Michael Caine. So we've got
Right
Batman's
there,
butler.
your British trifecta.
Yep. You've got Colin Firth.
which you have never seen him in pretty much anything else.
I have not.
I've seen him in a couple things here or there. Nanny McPhee, I watched that. He was pretty good. In that
He was in
for
the
when he
King's
was.
Speech.
Yeah.
There's another one that I've never seen it, but that's just one that I recognize
like,
the name.
He's a huge Oscar actor, and
Oh my gosh, he's good.
he's really good. And Casey was saying he's handsome. I said the first 15 minutes I noticed he's really skinny. Like he's not very broad shouldered or anything.
No, and
he's very
surprising.
very slight. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just like, wow, that's incredible. But it's got Samuel L. Jackson in it.
And Samuel L. Jackson is the bad guy.
Yes.
He's the villain.
Which you hear him and you're like, there's no way you're the bad guy.
Right. The girl with the blade legs.
Yes.
That character. Whoever thought that character up?
First of all, way to say that handicapped people can do stuff. Like she kicked 10 kinds of ass.
She didn't kick. She cut him off.
Oh, that's true.
She cut all those asses off.
They just flopped on.
There are so many parts in that movie that caught me off guard. And
That
not
you're
in a
just-
bad way, but in a like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
I can't believe they just did
that's
that.
so freaking cool. That
Yeah,
they did
from
that.
like the first scene, they were doing stuff that you're just like, wow, I can't believe it. The graphics are really amazing on it. The jokes really hit hard because this is like a comedy spy movie. Like the jokes hit, but it's also, but it doesn't detract from the story. It doesn't make you go like, oh well, now he's gone from the jokester to the badass. Everybody in this movie, and you were talking about this on the way home, is a badass. Every one of these Kingsmen who are like the secret service.
They're awesome at their job. They are. So in Bond, I like the Bond movies, but if I had to choose between this and Bond, it'd be Kingsman all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Because in the Bond movies or in Jason Bourne, any of those movies, anything, Jack Bauer from 24,
Yep.
they're Secret Service guys, but they still get their butt kicked all the time. Every time you turn around, they are tied up, they're captured, they have been beaten to a bloody pulp.
Yeah.
Even new Bond, where he's supposed to be like this more rough and tumble, less gentleman style guy, he still gets his butt kicked.
Yeah, he gets
all the
his
time.
butt kicked all the time.
The Kingsmen do not.
No, every single time.
There is a scene. There is a scene where
spoiler alert.
Yes, a spoiler. And I'm not going to tell you how it starts, whatever. There's a scene where there's a building full of people all fighting each other.
Yep.
And they're not, these are just average folks. These aren't,
Yep. These are
not other
they're
Secret
not
Service.
ninja assassins.
But Colin Firth's character is there, and something makes him start wanting to fight these guys.
Yep.
He takes out an entire building full of people, probably 100.
Yeah. And he comes out with like
Comes out with his
cut on his cheek.
shirt's untucked. He's got a cut on his cheek and a little blood on his lip.
Yeah.
And his hair's messed up. That is it. And right there, I went, that's the kind of spy that I want to watch on TV, that I want to watch in a movie, that I want reading a book.
Because the reaction when you see this church of people start fighting, and you're like, oh crap, he's screwed. That's too many people for him. And you're waiting for that moment where they take him down. Nope. Nope.
I mean, he does. Well, he gets stabbed in the back one time with a knife.
But he doesn't even stop.
No, he just
doesn't
keeps
faze
going. And that's what I'm getting at is, I can't look at Bond anymore and be like, oh, you're such a bad A and you're so awesome. Because I'm going to go, you're no Kingsman.
Yeah, you're no Kingsman.
Nope.
Even the rookie Kingsman,
Yeah.
they take on 20 guys at once and just beat the crap out of them.
Now, did you notice when they were going through his training, they never did a scene
for fighting. No.
There was no fighting training.
He did one scene where he shot a sniper rifle once.
And that was it.
Yeah, the rest is just stuff you like survival skills.
Survival skills and teamwork and like thinking on your feet. And that's cool. That was really cool to me.
Because you don't care about people learning fighting styles and whatnot.
You know that they're going to be good at hand to hand.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So you want to see all this other cool stuff.
Samuel L. Jackson's character, he has a super thick lisp, and
which is hard to take him seriously as the villain.
But that's what's so awesome is he's so evil. He's so evil and cruel in this.
But
and
it's that so the best kind of villains, and there's plenty of literature out there that will tell you this about writing villains and everything, is to make your villain feel like he's the hero. Like he's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And Samuel L. Jackson is a character who feels like he's doing what is necessary to make the world a better place.
Yeah. He thinks he's the good guy. He knows what he's doing is going to be a bad thing for other people, but he's like, hey, it's got to be done. Yep. It's one of those things that it's for the greater good.
The greater good.
Yeah. I want to talk so much more about this. But I don't want to give any of it away.
Exactly.
I don't want to take away from you listeners. I don't want to take away from your how much you will love this movie.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that. I am going to come out, and there are going to be very few people that don't like it.
Yep.
And the reasons they're not going to like it, it's too gory, and it's got too many swear words.
Yeah.
Other than that, people are going to love it. The movie theater we were in, mix of everywhere from, early 20s up to,
80s,
60s, 70s. You're having their date night. Everyone was laughing.
Yep.
And
there was the one part where he talks about how the shoes used to have a phone in them.
Yeah.
Which is a Maxwell Smart reference. My wife, myself, and one lady way down in the audience were the only ones who laugh. And I'm just like, well, that lady gets it.
Yeah. And I don't recall hearing anyone on the way out. I like listening to people's opinions and what they say on the way out of the theater. I didn't hear anyone that was like, oh, I didn't like that movie.
Yeah.
Everyone was like kind of quoting lines from it and laughing about it. I was laughing the whole time, and it's a action comedy. I guess is where you'd categorize that, a spy thriller action comedy.
Yeah, it's not so much spy thriller actually, because
it's really
everything is really on the sleeve. Like there's nothing about it that you're like, oh, what is his deeper plan? I don't know. What does that secret word mean? Now it's like, no, okay, I kind of get what the villain's going after. You can pretty much tell from the first like half hour kind of what he's wanting to do or what he's starting to do, and then everything beyond that is just the Kingsman figuring out in the way they know best, which is just investigating. And it's not like super spy, sneak into a compound and take a picture and then fight your way out of it kind of thing like James Bond does. It's literally Colin Firth goes to Samuel L. Jackson's mansion and has McDonald's with him.
Oh, that part was... So, Samuel L. Jackson's character is throwing a gala. And I feel like I can spoil this because it's not really pertinent
it's not really
to
plot
the plot. So he's throwing a gala, and Colin Firth's character is like, I need to get on that list.
Yeah.
And so
make me somebody important.
So they make up an important thing, and he shows up at the house, and the house is empty. There's no cars. The lights are all toned down, and Samuel L. Jackson's character,
Mr.
Valentine, opens the door, and Colin Firth goes, I'm sorry, I must have mixed up my dates. And he goes, oh no. Someone who donates that much money to my cause deserves a dinner on his own, so I canceled the gala.
Yeah.
So, I mean, here we're talking billionaires that have more money than they know what to do with, and they go into the dining room, and his assistant wheels out the cart, and it's this nice silver platter tray, and he pulls the top off, and it's a bunch of McDonald's burgers and fries.
And he's like, "Oh, I'll have the Big Mac.
I'll take the Big Mac."
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic.
It's great. I will give it 5 out of 5 geek cards.
I'm right there with you.
I mean, I would give it 6 out of 5. As soon as it comes out, I want to buy it.
Honestly, so far, best movie of the year.
So far. And surprising, I'm glad that there was a good movie in February.
Yep.
I know I will be recommending it to a bunch of my friends. I already have.
Yeah.
I've had a few people that are like, what did you see? What did you think of it? And I'm like, this is amazing. Go watch
far,
it.
I haven't heard anybody who hated it. So,
yep.
Who knows? But yeah, it's great. Go watch it. It's fantastic.
You'll love it.
I don't know what we're seeing next week. I have a feeling that we might not have a movie. Oh, you know what? We're probably not seeing any movie next week.
Were we going to go see Jupiter Ascending instead? Because there was nothing coming out, is from what I remember.
Hot Tub Time Machine 2, which we'll talk about later.
Oh, that is coming out.
However, it's my wife's birthday that weekend, so Sunday's going to be kind of... I think we're going to the Living Planet Aquarium and stuff.
Okay.
So we're probably not going to see a movie, but we will have a review for you because we finished season 2 of Star Trek.
That's true, we did.
Yep, so next week, if we don't review a movie, we'll at least review that for you.
All right.
But until then,
anything else you want to say about Kingsman?
No, go see it.
Go see it.
Seriously, go see it.
Fantastic.
Go see it. And I will say this: it's the first movie I've ever heard you say I wanted to go right back in the theater and start it over again.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh crap! You're right.
Don't let the R rating scare you.
No.
And here in Utah, we have a culture of people that don't like R-rated movies because of their religious beliefs.
Yeah,
and that's fine. That's
your
okay.
religious beliefs or whatever.
That's fine. However, I don't think that
this movie doesn't really.
I want to say don't skip this movie because of that, because you're going to be missing out on a lot of stuff. I mean,
if it's really, because I think the main point is our ratings have nudity in them and everything.
Yeah, and this has one butt.
Yeah, literally, it has one butt at the end.
That's it,
and it's crazy.
Other than that, there is no. And you know what? There is no, there's no sexual stuff in it either.
No, not really. Like not until the end.
Not until the butt.
Yeah, not until the butt.
And it's more of a funny thing than anything.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
so.
That's for comedy's sake. You know? Yeah.
But if you don't like it because of the swears, it's got the swears. It's got the F word a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And the violence part of it is done.
Graphic?
It's graphic, but it's done in a way that's not just over the top.
Yeah, they're not
it's not a horror movie.
You're not watching somebody slowly be ripped to pieces.
No,
it's like quick shots of, oh my gosh, that just happened, and your brain has barely any time to process it before the next thing happens.
Well, anyways,
yeah, go see it. Definitely. All right, let's go ahead and get into our trailers and videos.
All right, there we go.
Yep, time for trailers and videos.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the first one that we've got for you, or for us, or for whoever.
It's mostly us.
It's for everyone. It's mostly us, but yeah. It's a Lego short.
Yes. I'm trying to remember the
was it a fan-made one?
Yeah, it's a YouTube channel that does a lot of trailers.
Brotherhood Workshop.
Yeah, they do a lot of Lego stuff. I remember they did one of Lord of the Rings where everybody's trying to get Aragorn's autograph, all the orcs, and he keeps killing them.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And they're like, oh, Aragorn, over here. And he just keeps shooting them all. And
he's like, oh my gosh, he killed so many people. Celebrities, right?
So this one is a short, and it kind of goes the last scene of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Where you've got Peter Quill and the rest of the Guardians walking out, and they see the Milano's been rebuilt. Yep. And
their records have been expunged.
Yep. And he talks about that. And then all of a sudden you hear, whoa, wait, what? And it goes to a bar scene.
Mm-hmm. Which I believe is the cantina.
Probably the cantina. And there's Han Solo.
Yeah, and he's like, all you got for saving the galaxy was your ship repaired and your criminal records expunged, dude, you got gypped.
Yeah, and then he replies with, all you did was save the entire Rebel Alliance, and all you got was a medal.
And on the Empire's #1 hit list.
Yeah. And then
it switches over, and it's Malcolm Reynolds, and he's like, well, at least you guys did better than mine. What'd you get for saving the day? I got canceled.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah.
Pretty funny. All done in Lego.
Yeah. We just totally gave the entire thing away.
But
they have a lot of good stuff.
But we don't do it as good as the Lego people do.
No. And speaking of good Lego things done, February 10th saw the release of the Lego Justice League movie.
Yes.
Which is a 42-minute movie.
Something that I had no idea.
I didn't either. I dropped the ball on this one.
Yeah, you're usually right on top of the, the
Lego ones.
Like Throne of Atlantis came out, and we totally spaced it.
Yeah.
Like, Corey, what's going on with you, man?
No, I should have it by now.
I know.
Anyway, the Lego Justice League movie, the clip we saw, the one we wanted to mention to you is Grodd fighting against Lego Batman.
Yes,
and it's pretty funny. It's got that Lego humor in it that you're just like, oh, okay, it's kind of kiddie. It's not quite up to the Lego movie standard.
As far as quality goes.
But quality and writing quality, I would say.
Yeah.
But it still seemed pretty funny. And we watched this, and at the end it said, coming out February 10th. Oh, it's already out.
Oh, it's already here.
Yep.
It's here 5 days ago.
Yeah, so it came out Tuesday, and I saw on YouTube that you can watch it there for free. The entire movie.
I might have to go watch it tonight.
Exactly.
So
let's hurry up and finish the podcast so we can do that.
No kidding. The next one is another animated superhero movie called Batman Unlimited.
Again, I dropped the ball because I did not know about this. You had to mention it to me.
I was surprised.
I'm incredibly embarrassed because it looks like an amazing animated movie.
The clip was called Animal Instincts. I don't know if that's what the whole movie is. I don't think it is.
I think it's just called Batman Unlimited.
Yeah, and the clip is just basically kind of gives you a little preview of the art style, a little bit of the voice acting, and a little bit of the plot.
Yep.
But I don't want to spoil any of it, so...
I don't think this is DC animated proper, is why I don't know about it, why I didn't hear about it.
And it almost looked TV level animation.
It almost did look TV level.
So,
but it looks pretty good. I'll watch it, and I'll tell you guys how it is.
The next one is actually a trailer that I hadn't watched yet until today, and I am kind of excited for this one.
Yeah.
Speaking of spies, and speaking of spies that are perfect at their job,
can do no wrong.
So the video game Hitman, super popular.
Yep.
Couple different iterations of it have come out.
If you haven't played the video game, you might still recognize the main character, who is wearing a black suit, black gloves, red tie, completely bald,
and has a barcode tattooed on the back of his head.
Yep.
So Hitman, this one's called Hitman Agent 47. It's the second live action movie that's come out. The first one was starring Timothy Olyphant, and that was really good.
I liked it. It didn't get very good reviews or anything.
It didn't. However, this one looks sweet.
Yeah, it looks a lot better.
The opening scene of the trailer where he's in a interrogation room with a sniper rifle pointed right at his chest.
Yeah. And the guy's like, why are you the big shot? I'm the one with the gun.
Yeah.
You know?
And the guy goes, no, you're actually locked in here with me, and you just brought my gun. And then he kicks the table, and in slow motion, as the gun fires, he moves out of the way.
Yep.
Pulls up the chain that he's chained to the desk with, lets the bullet go through the chain, takes out both the guards and the guy that has the gun, and grabs the gun. And it's like... Holy crap.
So cool. It looks like it's a great trailer. Go watch it. It's got Zachary Quinto in it, which he doesn't appear to be a psychotic mass murderer of superheroes in this one.
Yeah, no, he's not a hero murderer. Or Spock.
But yeah, it looks really good. I'm really excited for the new Jurassic World viral video that came out.
Oh.
This is, what was it? Misano? The Misano Corporation?
It was like, instead I said it was close to Maserati.
Yeah.
I remember.
Let's see here.
Masrani
the Masrani Global
Corporation.
It's like a little trailer about their security division
On the island.
for Jurassic World, and it shows off Vincent D'Onofrio's character, who was going to be like, his name is like Vic Hawkins or something.
He's head of security for him.
Now Vincent D'Onofrio is going to be in Daredevil, and he looks
as the Kingpin.
I'm going to disagree with you. You said he didn't look like he was very jacked.
He doesn't look menacing to me.
He does to me.
He looks like, Brick from Arrow.
Yeah.
He doesn't look very menacing either. I mean, he's a big guy, but he's kind of let himself go from when he played
the
Juggernaut. And Vincent D'Onofrio is kind of the same way to me. I don't look at him and go, wow, I don't want to run into you in a back alley. It's like, yeah, I mean,
let yourself go.
Yeah, you're not that scary.
All right. All right. Well, I think he looks menacing. So that's
just one more thing to get us excited for Jurassic World.
So then the only trailer that we saw that we really hadn't seen before for Kingsman Secret Service, which we saw a Fantastic Four trailer that had stuff we didn't catch the first time. We were talking about how it looked like the Human Torch was flying after some probe or something.
There was something that crashed through a building.
Yeah.
And it almost looked like, I wonder if it was, what's her name? Invisible Woman.
Yeah.
Encased in one of her own force fields and got knocked
away and
through the building or something. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But the one that we wanted to talk about that we haven't seen is, go ahead. You have to say it.
So there's a little movie came out a couple of years ago called Hot Tub Time Machine.
Look, it sounds stupid.
It looks, I didn't actually remember a trailer for it.
It just kind of looked weird.
It looked like another Grown Ups is what it looked like. However, apparently it's not. Apparently it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Of course, it's got a time machine in it, so there's your sci-fi aspect of it.
That's why it's geek, apparently.
Apparently. But the second one comes out next weekend, and I actually want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trailer is really funny for it. Really funny.
There's colonial people. It just looks really good.
Yeah, really, really funny.
So we'll probably have to watch the first one. And
yep. I think it's on Netflix. Or I'm sure I can find it on I think YouTube had a full movie of it.
I wonder if there's I know there's is it streaming sites?
Yeah, it's possible. But the last trailer / video,
Can I Stream It? Is
more for Harry Potter fans, really, than anything. So it's a fan made, cut together of every Severus Snape scene in chronological order. So as you go through the Harry Potter movies, all 8 of them, 8, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there were 8 of them.
So all 8 of the movies.
Oh wait, that's Hot Tub Time Machine.
Just stop looking at that and focus on what we're doing.
No, I want to see if this. I've never done. Is it streaming before?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Netflix,
everywhere.
Amazon Prime, Hulu.
So back to Severus
Yes.
Snape. So as you're going through the Harry Potter movies, you get bits and pieces of the evolution of the character.
Yeah, and who Snape is.
And who he is and
why
he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah, in the end you find out that he's the big hero and everything.
Yeah. But this person took all those clips and cut them together in the order that they actually happened if it were real life.
So you see Snape's life put together
from early childhood,
Yep.
Early wizard school, all the way up to, right after he graduated wizard school to where Dumbledore tells him, hey, you're going to have to kill me eventually.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, if you haven't already figured that out, you're a little behind. And then all the way, to the ending. It's about 12 minutes long, so it's a little bit longer. But unless you're really into Harry Potter, then you'll love this.
Yeah. I've been thinking I need to go back and either watch the movies again or read the books.
I've got all the books.
Maybe both.
I've got all 7 books.
I might have to read the first book and then watch the first movie, and then read the second book and then watch the second movie.
So we're kind of
as a pet project, Yeah.
All right. But that's all I can remember this week. All I ran into that I cared about. Every time I see the Fantastic Four trailer, I get a little bit more excited.
You mean the Interstellar 2 trailer?
Yeah, basically. But I hope that doesn't sully its name.
No, Interstellar was great.
No, Interstellar was awesome. I hope that Fantastic Four being related to it doesn't sully Interstellar because it may be bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
Who knows?
But I'm excited, and mainly it's the Thing. Every time I see the Thing, I'm like, yes, this looks so freaking
fine.
cool.
I'm in. Just give it to me.
Yep.
In August.
It's all those memes where it's like, my body is ready.
He literally said that in the theater.
I think I did, actually.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, shall we move on to the picks of the week then?
absolutely.
We got some good ones today.
Yes.
Imagine, if you will, an announcer you can barely understand. He refers to it, but you're not quite sure what he said. He seems to be eating something, or perhaps he's a little drunk. It's remotely possible that he just said something about the scary door.
All right. Pick of the week.
Yeah. There's
Or
your scary
picks-
door
or
clip.
Picks of the week. Yes. He might be wearing little. That was my favorite part of that.
Yep.
He
It's
sounds like he's
so great.
eating, and he mentions
Maybe.
something about the.
Maybe he's a little drunk.
Maybe he's a little drunk.
Why don't you go ahead and start off with the picks of the week this
All
week?
right. So more Funko Pop stuff.
The Toy Fair happened. The 2015 Toy Fair.
Right.
Which revealed a lot of cool Legos, a lot of cool statues from Marvel and DC, and, of course, more Funko Pops,
Oh yeah,
Which is
tons of them. And
which is what we care about.
I wish I had more money. I really do. Because there are so many cool ones. The Firefly ones came out.
Yep.
A couple weeks ago.
Yep. They look fantastic.
They're awesome, and I want to buy those.
The wash one has him with the dinosaur in his hand.
Yep.
Which is just so good.
Do you think they'll make the wash with the arrow in his chest?
No, they wouldn't. We should custom make one though.
Yeah. But anyways, the ones I want to talk about are actually Funko Pops from the TV series Arrow and the Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a couple coming out from Arrow. You've got Oliver Queen as dressed up as the Arrow with his hood on and a mask on,
Looks really cool.
which is awesome. You've also got him dressed up as the Arrow without a hood on or a mask on, so it's just with his head, his normal head. You've got a Deathstroke one,
Which I have several friends who are like all about Deathstroke and Manu Bennett as the Deathstroke.
Yes. And then the last one from that particular group is Black Canary,
Which is the
we believe it's the Sarah Lance version of Black Canary. It doesn't really matter because they kind of look exactly the same.
yeah.
You know.
You can get one for each, and it'd be fine.
Yep. And from the Flash, you've got the Flash, of course, fully in his suit.
Yep.
The next one, which I think is the best of this whole set,
I think I might have to get that one.
you have got Captain Cold with his cold gun.
Yes.
And he's got his parka on.
Yep. And he's got his like shades on and everything. Oh, and he looks so great.
And then last, but not least,
Yeah.
as well, you got the Reverse Flash in full in the suit, with the dark gloves.
Yeah.
The fading into dark gloves, and it's so cool. I love Funko.
Like Funko, so they're not really like highly detailed statues or anything.
No, they're just fun.
But they're just super fun, and they're stuff that you put on your desk and people go, oh, I really like that,
And they're funny because you can take pretty much any geek reference or any fandom and turn them into a Funko Pop, and
people will buy them.
people will buy them, and people will recognize them too. There are Funkos from stuff that I totally forgot about.
Yeah.
And I go, that actually works great.
Oh my gosh, that looks
Holy
so
crap,
good.
They did an awesome job.
So my pick of the week this week is a video game that's going to be coming out this year, sometime in spring of 2015, I want to say.
Yeah,
Spring
probably
or
around
summer?
April, May.
So I'm a huge fan of D&D, if you didn't know already.
If you couldn't guess.
And recently I've been sending my players through a adventure that takes them along the Sword Coast, which is an area in one of the D&D worlds that's pre-built for you. The Sword Coast is really, it's like the Waterdeep. If you've ever played Baldur's Gate or Neverwinter Nights or anything like that, you've played
on the Sword Coast.
You've played on the Sword Coast. So this new one is called Sword Coast Legends. And first of all, just on the base of it, it is a one-player game controlling a 4-person party, like a wizard, a cleric, a fighter, and a rogue.
Don't say that.
No, I'm just saying on the surface of it. Hang on.
okay.
Hang on.
All right.
Let me get to it.
It's actually a 5-player game.
4. One, well, yeah, well, there technically is a 5-player. So in the beginning, it's kind of like Marvel Ultimate Alliance or
Diablo.
Or X-Men Legends, where you get to switch your control and you get to
third-person view.
Dragon Age Origins actually are the people who helped create this.
Okay.
So I think that's Bethesda or Origin, or I don't know, some other company, but they do really good work. Now, then you add in the fact that you can multiplayer, where you're controlling the wizard or the warrior or the cleric or the rogue, and your other friends are helping you out, and you run through dungeons and you run through the campaigns.
Now, I'm getting a little confused, and let's try to clarify. So, you don't just go through each one of the characters. You pick one, and your buddy logs in from another computer and picks the cleric.
Yep.
When you click the fighter, and then another friend logs in and she picks the rogue, and then another one logs in and she picks a ranger.
If there's two of you, you can switch between characters.
Yeah. So there's four playable characters. It sounds like.
Yep, and they're always there.
Right,
You're always in a group of 4, and you pick one of those, and then people can log in, and you can switch who you want to be playing at any given time.
They each have their own skills and spells and things like that.
Like the wizard's really good at his damage stuff, and the rogue is really good at detecting traps and all that. So on the surface, you get to play a fun campaign game in kind of that Diablo style, which is really cool.
I mean, Corey, this sounds great, but it sounds kind of like Diablo. You know, you got a storyline, stuff like that.
All right.
I mean,
well,
like,
you said
what makes this so great?
You said that there were 5 players that could play it at one time.
Did I?
But there's only a party of 4. So the 5th player can be the dungeon master. They can create the encounter. First of all, you can go into like their editor mode and make NPCs. You can make a whole campaign and put it up. Yeah, maps and everything. And then in real time, as the players are exploring your dungeon, you can drop monsters on them and say, okay, I want an encounter to happen here. You know, that kind of thing. So it's like playing Dungeons & Dragons on the computer.
That's cool.
It's fantastic.
And I think what makes it stand out from all those other games you were talking about was the fact that there is a dungeon master that controls all this stuff.
And you can play, I mean, even just from an editor's standpoint, if you just go in and you're like, I'm making this dungeon. And then when your players get there, you go into editor mode and you have it up on screen, and you're like, you're here. Where do you want to go? And you scroll over, and you've got this whole dungeon that you've made laid out for them. That right there is fantastic. That right there is worth the price of admission, in my opinion. So It's going to be a fantastic game.
Click the link, and let's see if we can find a date.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, I didn't think they put up a date.
When it was going to be released.
Yeah. So let's see.
I couldn't remember off the top of my head.
Allows the DM to run the adventure.
Which is something that no other game has actually done.
Nope.
So, yeah, I don't think so. Doesn't say.
No, it doesn't say. But it looks really stylized and cool. It looks, I mean, it looks like you, and I believe they've got a kind of stop, choose, and then play option, which is what Dragon Origins did, where you're not just, everything isn't running at once. You can pause it and say, okay, I want my character to go over here and attack these things. So you're not like panicking. You can sit there and you can strategize about it with you and your friend. So
that would be cool as something to play as a side campaign from your standard tabletop game.
Yeah, you're like, this week you guys don't have to drive anywhere. Just sit down. We've got this game. Let's play on the computer.
Or log in on a Wednesday or something. Everyone sends out a text, hey, I'm bored. What are you guys doing? Oh, we're all free. Let's log in. It's Thursday night.
Yeah.
Let's play an hour's worth of D&D.
Yep.
I think that'd be way cool.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Yeah. Well, that is going to do it for the Acts of Geekery podcast this week. If you would like to send us an email, tell us if you like the new sound system. I know I do.
And Corey thinks we're very professional now.
Yeah, I have headphones, Scott.
You have headphones.
Definitely professional.
You can hear me.
Yep. You can send an email and tell us what your pick of the week is. We'd love to hear about your picks of the week. Give us your review of Kingsman. Did you like it? Did you not like it? You know, anything that you want to say. If you just want to talk to us, just talk to us. You know, we're here.
We're here for you.
Yeah,
we're here for you.
You got a problem? Maybe we can help.
We'll give you some love.
We
don't have any more
You send
Wolverine.
us an email. Maybe we send you an email. You scratch our back. We scratch yours.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah, we don't have Wolverine, but we do have a lot of love.
Yes.
But anyway, you can send that email to the Acts of Geekery podcast, actsofgeekery@gmail.com.
You can also go to facebook.com/actsofgeekery and you leave us a message there, or even a private message, or post on one of our pages.
Yep, we post stuff there. We're trying to be more regular about it.
Yeah.
You can go to youtube.com/Acts of Geekery.
No, it
or
won't.
just search Acts of Geekery.
I couldn't get the slash thing to work, so you just search for it. And
just search for Acts of Geekery and find our page. Give us a subscribe. You can listen to all of the backlog podcasts there if you don't want to download them or go through any of our other methods.
Like any of the videos, comment on them, whatever you think about.
Sometimes we post other stuff up on there.
You can find us on iTunes. You can go to iTunes.com and you can search in the iTunes store for Acts of Geekery. And you can download any of our episodes for free.
Leave us a review there too.
Yeah, rate us, give us a review.
The more reviews we get there, the more prominently we're displayed on their pages.
Yep, and the more awesome things we can do for you guys.
Yep, and then you can go to twitter.com and search for us. We're at Acts of Geekery, or just use the hashtag Acts of Geekery and we'll try and find you.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
And those are all ACTS, not AXE.
Hey, you did it right that time.
I did. I had to close my eyes and concentrate.
You had to really concentrate very hard.
Every time.
Well, like I do with the ads every time. People don't hear that though.
No, they don't.
No.
We'll have to do a clip show of all the times we've messed up, and it'll just be so many.
That would be
mess-ups.
not safe for work.
Oh, it would definitely be explicit.
Yeah, usually
there's lots of like, welcome to the Acts of Dirk. Bleep. So,
well, I love this new system, Scott.
Alrighty, me too.
We're gonna do great, and we'll come at you next week with a lot more geek news and a lot more fun. But until then, I'm Corey,
and I'm Scott,
and we're the Brothers Geek.
Keep geeking out.
See ya.